All right, 2022 has been a crazy year to say the very least. A lot of good and bad news that has been all over the web in relation to gaming, but and movies and all that stuff. But I do feel that as it relates to gaming and movies, the Shenmue anime is one of the few good things that have come out of 2022 thus far, and pretty sure a lot of people already know about the Shenmue anime. It premiered on Adult Swim on, I believe, February 6th, and it lasted up until early May. And I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've seen a couple of episodes. It's only been like 13 episodes, and honestly, the presentation, the art design, the voiceover acting, just about everything in relation to the Shenmue anime is positive for the most part. If you're not really like familiar with the series, or you haven't been a fan of the Shenmue series, if you watch the anime, it basically gets to like the main points of what you need to know about the series itself as it relates to the first game, because the very first game came out back in 1999 for the Sega Dreamcast, and I believe it was one of the best-selling games for the Sega Dreamcast, and I believe the first game had like a budget of $70 million, and at the time it was one of the most expensive video games made back in the late 90s, and I feel like that was one of the reasons why it was a big deal. But unfortunately, the original Shenmue game got overshadowed due to the fact that the Sega Dreamcast did poorly in sales in comparison to the N64 and to the PS1. And I do feel that Shenmue, like this animated series, should have happened a lot sooner. But at the same time, if we got an animated series for Shenmue like a decade or two sooner, it probably wouldn't have been as good as it is right now. But yeah, the Shenmue anime it was one of the hottest show on Toonami like a couple of months ago, and unfortunately they I believe they swapped it out with different shows and all that stuff. That's something that's been happening on Toonami for years now, but and it's also very brief. It's only like 13 episodes, but at the same time, Shenmue was popular enough to go straight to Adult Swim or what have you, because you look at like video games and like film adaptations or like anime adaptations, like a lot of them have been going to like Netflix based off what I've been seeing as of late, whether it be Castlevania, whether it be Tekken. A lot of this stuff appears on Netflix. The fact that the Shenmue anime is on Adult Swim, and you don't really have to like pay for it, and it's free. That's awesome in of itself, and I do feel that it's going to revitalize the interest of many people who were once fans of the series back in the day. Now, we all know that Shenmue 3 came out a couple of years ago. It was a big deal because it had been a while since we had gotten Shenmue 2, and a lot of people thought that the series was dead after the second main installment came out. Shenmue 3 came out back in 2019 for the PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows, and that was a game that looked beautiful as well, mainly because it utilized the Unreal Engine 4, and I do feel that I don't think the game was quite as popular as the first two, but I feel like the nostalgia really got people into Shenmue 3, which is why people bought it. I don't think it was like a bestseller or anything like that, but at the same time, it turned heads like in the gaming world, and it's something that drew the intrigue of a lot of old school gamers and those who were fans of the series back in the Sega Dreamcast era. But as far as the Shenmue anime is concerned, it's one that I do feel we're probably going to get another season that's going to be based off the second game and the third game that came out back in 2019. I just have no idea when it's going to happen, because the Shenmue anime that we got was one that a lot of people had nothing but good things to say about, and seeing how popular and how successful it was, I can't see how we're not going to get a sequel or like a second season to this anime in the future.